Alrighty. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. At this point in the week, we do the same thing we do every week. We kind of we do our notes and our takeaways from week 2, and then we pull up the week 3 slate, and we just kind of scroll through the lines, circle some games that we think we're going to bet on. I'll research them further throughout the week. And of course, the official plays will come out here on the channel. We're also updating the whiteboard today with how we did over the previous weekend. Before we get into that, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on today's video. It'll take you half a second to do both. It costs you absolutely nothing. Let's get this channel to 1,000. Previous weekend, 5-2, well over 70% on bets and up 8 units. And I'm still pissed. I mean, if you guys are OG, if you're one of the first couple hundred subscribers here on the channel, you know that I hit very, very close to 80% of my football bets. Basketball, it was pretty good, kind of frustrating. Some of the other sports, but football, absolutely smoke it. So really anything less than 80% is kind of frustrating. I mean, Texas Tech screwed us again. Our 1-unit plays this previous weekend, we had Wake Forest, Nebraska, and Oklahoma State. 2 for 3. We had Kansas, Purdue, and Texas Tech. Should have absolutely been 3 for 3. Texas Tech was the right side. I said it. It was one of my upset picks of the week. It looked good for a while, just like it did the other game. I mean, the other week, we would have been smoking it. Even the first weekend, because we had Texas Tech in the Wyoming game alone, but we also had them in the big teaser, and it wiped out so many units. Just money line. And now we had them at +7. And you give up a 20-3 fourth quarter and you miss the cover by a point. Just a really tough, it's just tough. I mean, I was really trying to go 3 for 3 on the 2-unit plays, and Kansas and Purdue were easy. But I really thought Texas Tech with the full touchdown was going to be fine. And it looked fine for a while, but we can't dwell on that. I could sit here and talk for fucking 100 million hours about how whack that was, but that doesn't matter. We hit our big 5-unit play, the Wake Forest, Purdue, UNC alternate spread parlay, so overall, 5-2, up 8 units. Yes, I did bet against Nebraska, you Colorado people. You know what? You're 2 for 2. And at this point, I'm going to give you guys credit. People who've been on Colorado now twice, you're 2 for 2. So congratulations on that. I still think they're a fraud. I can't buy into them yet, but I will never bet against them again. So with that being said, let's update the whiteboard. Up 8 units, 5-2. Not bad. Not good, though. Come on, we got to be 100%. All right, it's nice to get that. Stupid -7 units off the board. Texas Tech single-handedly cost us more than that last weekend. If you're new here, that's what happened week 1. It was Texas Tech that screwed us. So besides Texas Tech on the first 2 weekends, we've been damn near 85%. So that's good. Let's pull up the. Let's just go over some notes real quick. I mean, really quick, like 30 seconds. I just wrote down a couple of things that I think all of us should. Here we go. Just a couple takeaways here. Just a couple of things that I think all of us should kind of keep fresh in our minds moving forward as we look at week 3. First and foremost, Kansas State's legit. I also wrote down the team that they beat is legit. And by legit, I just mean like worth betting on. Troy, they beat Troy, but Troy, they had some fight to them. And if a couple balls went their way, that game could have been scary close. That was at Kansas State. That's an extremely hard place to play. I like that Troy team, and they don't play many good teams. So Troy against their normal competition, I think is worth some bets this year. Virginia Tech absolutely sucks. The Purdue bet was so easy. We're going to continue to fade Virginia Tech moving forward, as well as Nebraska. I wrote down Nebraska is an auto fade, so I might just blindly bet 1 unit against Nebraska moving forward. I don't think Colorado won that easily because they're this, juggernaut that everyone thinks they are. I think Nebraska's bad, and I think they're really bad. And when I bet on them, I thought the quarterback was not that bad. I mean, if they had a quarterback, Nebraska would have won that game. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments, but those are just kind of my takeaways. Texas, self-explanatory. They're legitimate. Texas, Florida State, Notre Dame are the teams I'm liking right now. Ohio State, not so much. Georgia, I got to see them play some good teams. Michigan, I like Florida State, Notre Dame, and Texas right now. Those are the three and Washington. All right, let's get. You know what? This could be a fucking 3-hour video. Let's get into it. College football, week 3. What do we got? I have not looked at this yet. I saved this for these videos specifically. These are first impressions. So, dismiss. College football, week 3. Navy, Memphis, not interested. Virginia, Maryland, interested. Very interested. Maryland, currently, we're going to write this down, 13.5-point favorite. I think that could be a good teaser leg. Virginia's absolutely horrible. Maryland at home. I know they looked a little bit shaky there against Charlotte to start. I nuked Maryland on a live bet at halftime. And speaking of live betting, guys, I'm smoking it. Have you gotten the notifications for my YouTube shorts? Do you follow me on TikTok? 4 for 4 on my last 4 live bets. We had the over in the Florida State game. We had Duke money line before halftime. We had, I don't know, two others that hit. And recently I was going to do it on this Maryland play. I just didn't get it out in time. But I'm smoking it. So that's another good reason you guys should be subscribed with the notifications turned on. So if I do come out in the blue midday on Saturday with a play, you guys will get notified. So I like Maryland. Kansas State is at Missouri, and they're only laying 5.5. Interesting. Write that one down. Florida State at Boston College. Boston College historically can be sneaky at home. Probably pass that for now. LSU, Mississippi State. I don't think I can get involved with that one. Wisconsin coming off the loss. Now they're playing a nobody at home, favored 16.5. Probably a good teaser leg. Good option. Iowa State at Ohio. What a disgusting game. I will not be touching that. I didn't watch a single minute of the Iowa State game, by the way. Louisville, Indiana. That is a wild line. Louisville's minus 10.5 at Indiana. Ohio State only didn't even cover. Only covered like 20 points worth in that game. Ooh, Penn State. Penn State is a 14.5 favorite at Illinois. Is Penn State better than Kansas? Because Kansas dismantled the Illinois team. Illinois has not looked good for 2 weeks in a row. I'm not a huge believer in this Penn State program, but I think Illinois sucks. So I'm going to circle Penn State here. Maybe that's a teaser leg. I definitely wouldn't lay 14.5 on the road, but, maybe tease them down. Notre Dame, just too big of a spread. Oklahoma plays Tulsa. So Washington dismantled Tulsa pretty bad, but not terribly bad. And Washington's better than Oklahoma, I feel. And it was a home game for Washington, so Oklahoma going to Tulsa? I think that line's about right. I can't get on that. It's 24.5. I'd stay away from that, guys. Georgia and South Carolina, can't touch it. UNC and Minnesota, not interested. Oregon State, they're a freaking wagon. I'm going to write down the line just right now. It's 23.5. That's heavy against San Diego State, but maybe we can tease that down or something. There's got to be some type of play we can. I really like this Oregon State team, guys. I really like it. Bama's favored 31.5 against USF. Bama off that game probably is a good team to bet on, though. It's a big number, though. Big number. What else we got? Northwestern at Duke. That's a home run. Spread's not even 20. Shit, they beat Clemson by that much. Northwestern plus 19.5 at Duke. Northwestern's offense is so unbelievably bad, you wouldn't believe it. Did you see that Duke defense? It's legit. This is a bad situation for Northwestern. The only chance that doesn't hit is if Duke doesn't care. That game's up to Duke. If they want to cover, they'll cover easily. If they're half asleep because Northwestern is so bad, that could be a problem. But I'm going to circle Duke here. What else? FIU, Connecticut, ECU, App State, Virginia Tech's at Rutgers. Maybe Rutgers at home is a good spot because Virginia Tech's so bad, but it's hard to put your hard-earned money on a team like Rutgers. Ohio State, I don't really like their... Washington is favored 16 points at Michigan State. That's heavier than I wanted. I had that game circled because I like Washington so much. Michigan State's got a defense. Now, their offense is really bad, but at Michigan State, is it a trap game? I'm not going to circle that. I'm going to have to move on from that one. Northern Illinois is who plays Nebraska. Does Nebraska get their first win at home? I mean, I guess the spread's 12.5. I said I'd never ever bet Nebraska again. I said I was going to auto fade them. Northern Illinois, I can't get there with them. South Alabama against Oklahoma State. I watched the whole Oklahoma State Arizona State game. Oklahoma State's all right. I'm going to probably stay away from that game. Tennessee plays Florida. I'm going to probably stay away from that. Vanderbilt plays UNLV. Probably stay away from that. Is there anything else in here? Ooh, Pitt, West Virginia. Love West Virginia at home. Love West Virginia at home. I thought they had a real chance to beat Pitt if they cleaned up a couple things and if the quarterback made a pass or two. At home, I mean, Pitt got absolutely dragged by Cincy. In Morgantown, backyard brawl. I think West Virginia could be a good teaser leg. I'm very familiar with West Virginia blowing games they should win, but do they stay competitive at times? Absolutely, and that's all you need for a teaser leg. So West Virginia, I'm going to write teaser option. Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, not interested. TCU and Houston. I mean, Houston lost to Rice, didn't they? TCU favored 7 at Houston. That seems like a trappy line. Probably stay away from that. Hawaii at Oregon. Wyoming plays Texas. Pretty steep line there. Is that it, guys? We're almost to the end here. Colorado State, Colorado. For all you Colorado junkies. Spread's 22.5. I mean, they cover that, right? You would think they would cover that. I mean, I'm sure it's a rivalry, Colorado State and Colorado, but Colorado at home against Colorado State, 22.5 seems reasonable. Kansas plays Nevada, heavily favored, maybe too heavily, 26.5. And then there's Colorado and Oregon look ahead, but that's on the 22nd. That's a whole nother week away. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wrote down some options here, just a couple of things to get circled. You guys can let me know down in the comments what type of games that you've seen for week 3 coming up that you think you might place a wager on. Definitely fill up that comment section with suggestions and any type of ideas. I mean, we can basically create a big forum page in that comment section with all sorts of ideas that we can just kind of boil down throughout the week, get to our official plays. So that's it, guys. I think we're up to speed. Just wanted to catch up. I will have the NFL update video coming out tomorrow, so look for that. NFL Week 1's always crazy. I'm glad we hammered the Browns and the Packers and some things like that. But you guys will see everything about the NFL in the NFL videos. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.